welcome into KSL Sports Rewind. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart, as always, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
Yeah, that's right. Just a reminder, if you have any legal needs, the experts at Heidemann Associates can take care of you, be it business, personal, want to set up things for posterity. They'll take care of all of it. Just call 801-754-4240. Make sure you tell them that Rewind sent you, and you'll get a free consultation from Heidemann and Associates.
You know, you said take care of posterity, and one of the best ways to do that is through education.
Yes.
Take that next step that's going to allow you to make more money, and you can get that done at Western Governors University. Get that degree done on your own time and at your own pace, and you're not going to break the bank to do it. Western Governors University, outstanding, including a one-year MBA program. Go to wgu.edu to learn more. And now go watch our awards videos. Shot it. You want to see what it looks like? It's pretty awesome.
Beautiful.
39 South and 7th East Benex County. And if you can't make it to campus, online as well. All right, going through girls basketball, ladies, we know, been a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And we're going to shake things up a little bit. I normally go Dane wants to take control, so now you're the captain now.
I'm the captain now. We're going to start off with a little fun game. How about that, eh?
Ooh.
We're going to call it Fabulous Four. Copyright.
Yeah, not the comic book one?
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay,
this is Fabulous Four. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start.
Couldn't even tell you one of the four. So.
I can't either.
It's
Jim,
not Marvel.
Look, we're going to start. I'm going to give you 4 names, and then you have to tell me what category you think they're the top 4 in.
Ooh, interesting.
All right?
Okay.
So we're going to start with teams, all right?
Okay.
Just to give us a little bit of an introduction. Okay, you ready to go?
I think so.
The Lady
Look,
Kanab...
I'll put my phone away so
all
people
right,
don't
yeah,
think
no cheating here, all right?
No Google machine.
I already cheated. All right, the Lady Kanab Cowboys, the Ridgeline Riverhawks, the Wendover Wildcats, and the Beaver Beavers, Dusty.
Who's number 1?
Those are 1 through 4 of a statistical category. Which category do you think that is?
So Ridgeline is number 1 in record. I'm going to say Ridgeline's also number 1 in field goal percentage. You went that deep into this?
No.
You didn't tell me how deep we're going.
No, so those are the top 4 teams in one statistical category.
Okay.
So the question is, which statistical category are those the top 4 teams in?
Ridgeline has the best
Kanab,
record.
Ridgeline, Wendover, Beaver.
Okay, Ridgeline has the best record.
Okay.
They are 12-0
Okay.
going into region play.
So is Kanab. So that's winning percentage.
Okay.
So those are the top 4 teams in winning percentage. Those 4. Kanab undefeated.
Hey, congratulations.
Haven't talked about the Kanab.
Little Hollywood, always coming through.
We got to give Kanab a little bit of a shout out. All right, let's.
I could show the shirt I'm wearing underneath this. I mean,
A little Kanab love there.
Griffin, thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's go to another one. Okay, we're going to do team category again. Question is, which category are these the top 4 teams in? Ridgeline, the Monument Valley Cougars. Love Monument Valley. Green Canyon, and Lone Peak.
3-pointers made.
That's close. Offensive points per game.
Same thing.
Those are your leaders in your offensive points per game. Those 4. Lone Peak at 4th. Now, look, they had to go play some national tournaments. That brought that down a little bit. But
got to the Final Four. And
Yeah. But anyway, so there you go. A little bit of a feel for what we're doing. All right, we move on to the next. Now, this one, we're going to go to player specific. Okay, player specific. Whew. All right, this is going to test our knowledge.
Okay.
All right, Olivia Backus out of Summit Academy.
Uh-huh.
Emily Skinner from Ridgeline. Lala Baldwin from Draper APA. And Rusger Boyle from Layton Christian Academy. Which statistical category are they the top 4 in?
Points per game.
Yes. Now, caveat here, you had to play a minimum of 10 games. Got to get that in there.
Yeah.
It can skew averages a little bit if we don't. Hey, good job.
Thank you.
Kid.
And I'm not cheating.
Yeah, he's right on that one. All right, next one. Kristen Bake out of Uinta. Sarah Snell from St. Joe's. We had Ashley Garner from Wasatch. Riley Little out of Kanab.
Okay, so it can't be free throw percentage because you didn't say Kaylee Woolston.
Yeah, right.
So 3-point percentage or 3-pointers made.
Rebounding. Top 4 rebounders right there. I thought Wasatch would give you the clue there with Garner. That's okay. That's all right. All right, you want to do one more?
One more.
Let's do one more.
One more.
All right, let's do one more. Okay, top 4 for this category. This is gonna go deep, Dusty. All right, Kiara Tinajero out of Ben Lomond. Victoria Memo out of Mazer Prep. Mackenzie Allen from Grantsville. Sarah Snell out of St. Joe's. All lower classifications in this one.
Yeah. Because you didn't say steals. Well, it could be steals because you didn't say our Ellie Esplin from Springville.
Okay.
But it could be steals per game.
Bam! Look at you! Yeah, I didn't even tell me we were going to do this. That's like...
I feel really good.
That's well done, man. Well done. Steals per game. Tinajero with 7. Sarah Snell at 5.8 at 4th place. Just so you're curious, I actually don't see Esplin on the list.
I know, I'm
now,
shocked
could
by that.
not be reported, right?
Yeah.
Some of that doesn't get fully reported, but those are stats per report. There you go, fabulous 4. Way to go, Dusty.
Thank you.
I would feel really good with that. I thought I was going to get you a steal.
You know, the kid that had a really low ACT score. I mean, it was 0 because I didn't take it. But it was really good.
Hey, tell you, you get at least a 20 on that thing.
All right, so that was fun. So hit us up. We got other categories you want us to do?
Yeah.
Love to hear from it. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing at the top. Let's start first in 6A. Okay, Lone Peak. We're going to put them over here. They are playing great.
We'll get there. Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
National tournament, get to the Final Four.
Yep.
Great way to represent the state of Utah. Can I give you a sleeping giant?
Please.
The West Panthers. Now, I could be skewed because we're doing the region games here on the Rewind Sports Network. Freshmen and sophomores, and you have the younger sisters of the Falatea sisters. KK and Kylie Falatea are spectacular, freshman and sophomore. And but this team is absolutely outstanding.
It's going to be interesting because I think they're by far and away the best team in Region 2. How well does that region schedule prepare them for the state tournament?
Right.
I think we'll have to wait and see. But you talk about the youth there. I mean, in a couple of years, it's going to be a top 5 program in 6A potentially.
Well, and you have Latu who's in the post, and you say, that girl's got to be a junior. No, she's a freshman, and she's, really, really good. I'll give you that one. Just thought we'd pull that one there. Can I say 2 other ones really interesting? Get into region play. Copper Hills and Mountain Ridge, both 10-3 going into region play. Region 3 has been girls basketball for a long time.
Wow.
Copper Hills continues to be in the mix there, but good to see Mountain Ridge playing at the top as well.
All right, first of all, Copper Hill's got to win over Fremont.
Right.
Now, look, I know it's not the All-Americans of Fremont. I
Allie
get
Coombs
it.
going to USU.
That's still a
CEU.
really good Fremont group.
Yeah.
Copper Hill's got the dub. That continues to be a strong program. I love the Lady Sentinels. Had a chance to go do Mountain Ridge and Davis. I'll tell you, their defensive pressure really got Davis out of whack and handed Davis their only loss of the year. Mountain Ridge, watch out. Really good program there for the Sentinels. It's going to be a group to keep an eye on as we go through Region 3. Riverton's been really good as well. Harriman still the top of that region is pretty deep in Region 3.
It's pretty good. Yeah. It'll be fun to watch that as this plays out, too. Who comes out. All right, we're going to talk Lone Peak, obviously, but Westlake, 11-2 going into region play. And we'll talk about where it's skewed in this thing, but really impressive. Once again, what has been there by Coach McConnell has just been outstanding. How he has flipped this into just like the boys program, but they're the top right now, going in by winning percentage. Yeah,
Feller's been really good. Torgan, who's had some nice games for them. They had a real solid win over Copper Hills, one where the third quarter did not go their way at all. They needed to respond in the fourth. They did. They got the win. I think it's a team that kind of lies in the weeds, Dusty. I mean, you think about Lone Peak down there, Skyridge, those were preseason 1 and 2. That Westlake team, their defense, look, if they can keep that scoring in the 40s and 50s, they're going to be in every ball game, right? And Coach O'Connor does such a good job with that D, his pressure. I think that is a sleepy team that you got to keep an eye on in Region 4.
And, of course, Skyridge in there as well. We know that'll be a team.
Yeah.
We look at 5A.
We didn't talk about Lone Peak.
Oh, sorry, Lone Peak. What am I doing?
I know.
Nancy.
Come on, Dusty.
Nancy, I'm sorry. You want to talk about, this is interesting. So Lone Peak, we talked about, went to the national tournament, got to the Final Four, didn't win it, had a couple of close games. So you look at the record, well, they lost 3 games. Well, yeah, but they're all 3 teams, and one was the number 2 team in the country. Here's where this, can I give you some inroads, is 2007. Tyler Hawes and crew went down and played in the T-Mobile tournament down in the Phoenix. This is akin to that. This team is really young. Kennedy Woolston just got offered by BYU this morning.
As a freshman.
And
by the way, her minutes are going up every game.
She is so good.
You see her coming, and I'll tell you, I know you're a big Shawnee Nordstrom fan. You've seen her take her game to that next level, and you pair that with Kaylee Woolston, who her shot hasn't deteriorated at all, right? Like that keeps getting better. And then you talk about 1C, 1R, that's the new acronym for the old family member, Sarah Bartholomew. I figured it out. It's first cousin once removed on the in-law side. Sarah, we got your back. It's
love the mentions on Twitter and Instagram.
Well, 1C, 1R, I got you. Look, it's a really deep roster for Lone Peak, and did that game at Springville. Those are probably the 2 best teams in the state.
Yeah.
And they beat them by 20 plus and had a larger lead in that one. They started off 17-2 in that game. It was very one-sided, and there was not much Springville was going to do.
Right.
To your point, I know there's 3 losses. They're all out of state. Their closest margin of victory in the state was 20 to Springville. Outside of that, it's 33. Yep. Like, they've had their way pretty much with most opponents, and we'll see if Skyridge has something for them. They've played them well at times in the past. Can you do it for a full 32? That's going to be the biggest question. They love to run the floor, that outside shot, and they can open up the interior. It's as balanced as a team as you'll find in the state this year.
And a team that just sticks together.
Yep.
They just sticks together and they go. So Thank you for not getting me in trouble, Nancy.
Yeah, we got you.
Let us see her this week. All right, now let's go to 5A. This was like we're going back in time. Bountiful. Here's what happens. You put one of the best players in the history of the state into your Hall of Fame, and all of a sudden it's like Kennedy Redding's back at Bountiful.
Yeah.
Top of their region and one of the powers right now in 5A.
Tell you got the Harveys, right? And I mean, been so good.
They could be coming back to do the same thing.
Yeah, Taylor Harvey's been spectacular for Bountiful this year, and you know they get their first loss of the year at Ridgeline, a battle of undefeateds. Outside of that, Bountiful's look really tough. They dominated Skyview. That's a team that a lot of people think are going to compete in 4A for that state championship, and certainly in that region. 62-34. That game, not even close. Bountiful's really good. I love the start from Woods Cross.
Oh, absolutely.
And you talk to Coach Simon, he's like, look, this is about we, not me. I mean, this is a team concept for the Cats. It's been great this year. They're 9-2. The 2 losses came, lost by 4 to Syracuse, lost by 3 to Copper Hills. Those are competitive ball games. This Woods Cross team could very easily be undefeated right now. They've been really, really strong out of the gate.
Be very interesting to watch where this goes. Them in Region 6, the team we're not going to sleep on. They could be the most unheralded every year. But it is Highland. Remember, they won the state championship a couple years ago, got the semifinals again a year ago. Highland playing great basketball, 7-3 going into region play.
Yeah, Longye's been spectacular this year for Highland. They've had a couple close games. I mean, you look 56-53 over Murray and then 63-58 against Brighton. Those are close, right? But it's been Longye both nights, 22 against Murray, 21 against Brighton. But there's balance. There's more behind Longye to help with the scoring power of Highland. You think the last couple of years it feels like very defensively oriented. They still play good D, but they can score the rock a little bit now. That's a more multi-dimensional team for the Rams, and it's why they've been so good in the early start of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Region 7. Payson's playing really good, and I kind of want to make a little tie here to watch the boys video. How about the Cottonwood Colts?
Yeah.
Basketball. Cottonwood's a basketball school. They're a swimming school too, but they're a basketball school right now, both on the boys and girls side.
Yeah, they've been great. Allie Tripp has been spectacular this year for the Colts, helping them get off to a phenomenal start. We'll see if they can hold on to it, right? There's some good programs here in Region 7. We'll see if they can keep that lead as region play unfolds. But they've been off to a solid start, a team that I didn't see coming in the preseason.
They will. All right, Region 8, Timpview. Okay, we got to see where Timpview, how about Timpanogos? Getting in there at 7-4.
That's the team for me.
Yeah.
Summer Christensen, she is so good. How about this game against Mountain View? They had a double. Timpanogos did, right? So Christensen went 24-10. Reagan Peterson went 10-10. They almost had a triple double because Kate Dickinson went 10-9. This Timpanogos team, Summer Christensen, runs that ship, does such a good job at the point guard. She can score, but obviously there's more to her game than just scoring the basketball. They are really, really stout.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they are. Then
Jordan's a high-scoring team as well to keep an eye on.
Jordan's another one we'll have to figure out where they're going to go. Yep. And then we get to Region 9, and we talked about Springville a little bit. Look, Kaylin Poirier and Elias Esplin and crew. This is a terrific team down in Springville.
Yeah, you talk about the tough loss.
The reigning champs, too.
Yeah, you talk about the tough loss to Lone Peak. How about the bounce back? They beat Timpanogos, and I know no one's going to win Offense of the Year in this game, 38-29, but they beat Timpview. You hold Timpview to 29 points, you're going to win a lot of games, right? Yeah. And that's what Springville does. And the thing I love, I mean, you talk about Brooke Pennington, there's no give up in her. And I was out at Springville for that Lone Peak game. I had people say that's the favorite player they've ever seen come through that program. That's a pretty big statement.
Eaton and others,
love what Ellie Esplin brings. You talk about Parade. There's a lot of good pieces there. But man, I mean, Pennington and Esplin, that duo out of the backcourt, Springville, they play defense like that. They're tough. And by the way, they executed really well against Lone Peak. They just didn't have the horses to keep up with the pace.
Right.
But I know they kept that game closer than Lone Peak would have liked. Like, this is still a really good Springville team.
And they can turn up when they need to. And then last one, kind of surprising, again, we talked about this before in our last video with the girls side. I feel like I'm step back in time. Wasatch girls, 10-6, getting into region play.
Yeah, we talked about as we were going through our Fabulous Four, right? I had to get a Wasatch player in there. They've been really good to start the year. And you talk about going back in time. It's so great to see them back competing near top of regions. We'll see if they can maybe have an upset in mind when they play Springville once this year or maybe twice. But that Wasatch team is going to be one to keep an eye on. Going
through the rest, I want to make sure we hit some of the top ones. Ridgeline, we teased this a little bit. 12-0 through non-region play. The Queens right now, they are leader in the clubhouse in 4A.
The statement win over Bountiful, 50-43. It was an 11-4 second quarter, really helped them get the separation. Macy Brown had 15, Skinner had 12, Livingston had 10. It limited Taylor Harvey to just 14 points in that one. That's an accomplishment for that defense. They're going to be a load to deal with in 4A.
Yeah, and 3A is really, really intriguing because it feels like a collision course. Richfield and Grantsville Gonna have to battle it out in 3A.
I'll tell you what, Region 12 is going to be an absolute blast. We had a
Right.
little indication of that this last week. Richfield got a 54-43 win over Carbon. That was 2 against 4 in that matchup. I don't mean to bring that up, but those are 2 top 5 teams in 3A going head-to-head. Richfield getting the win. And then you look at Canyon View and Emory. They played as well. It was a 13-6 fourth quarter for the Falcons as they get the win over Emory. Glebe had 18 in that one. Those 4 teams in that region, going to be awesome to watch that play out.
Well, it's going to go back and forth.
Yes, it is.
See if the Dinos can get that right.
How about one shocker out of 3A, shall we? Region 14, it's been a tough start for Union, but they get the win over Juab. I would love to see anyone who picked that one coming. It was a bit of a surprise, 50-43 for Union, the first win. Juab just their 3rd loss of the year. I think heavy favorites in that one. Not that we check Vegas for these sort of things. Murray had 17 as Union got the win. Wanted to call that out for the Lady Cougars.
Make sure we get that one right. We talked 2A and we said a little bit about Kanab, and they continue to play great basketball for another Cowboy girls team playing really well.
Yeah, off to a really good start are the Cowboys. I'll give you a couple other teams. North Summit, we talk about Wasatch. North Summit beat Wasatch 58-55 this season. Richlands had 18, Peterson had 16. North Summit been so good the last several years here. They're one to keep an eye on. And Draper APA, they can score in bunches. The Lady Eagles out of APA could be a fun group to keep an eye on.
Can you believe we only have 2 months essentially left of the season?
That's crazy, huh?
And we get into the state tournament. Remember, we got the 5A and 6A state championships right here with Rewind anyway on KSL Sports, but all of your championships right here on KSLSports.com. And again, if we miss anything, there's a lot of teams and a lot of players.
On.
So hit us up. Be kind. Let us know where we can be helped out. We'd love to hear from you. For Tino Psyche and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us for watching KSL Sports Rewind, the girls video on KSLSports.com.